Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about something that I found very interesting. But the first question I would like to ask you is, does anybody here like desserts? Okay. Now, what would be better than a dessert that can be inspirational or even bring good luck? When me and my family go out to Chinese restaurants, we are so excited to get to the end of the meal. And at the end of the meal, it's the fortune cookie. We are so excited to get the fortune cookie. Now, if you've been living under a rock or if you've never heard of fortune cookies before, today I'm going to tell you all about them. First, I'm going to tell you where they originated from. Second, I'm going to tell you how they're made. And then I'm going to show you what they look like. Now, Jennifer Akeley wrote a book called The Fortune Cookie Chronicles. In her book, she talked about Chinese restaurants and the history of Chinese food. She mentioned how there's so many Chinese restaurants in America, even more than the Burger Kings and the KFCs, and even our most popular restaurant, fast food restaurant, McDonald's. But the most important thing and funny thing and interesting thing that I found when I read her book was where they were originated from. Did you know that the fortune cookie was actually originated right here in the United States of America? That's right, San Francisco, California to be exact. When I read that, I was blown away. I wouldn't have never thought of that. The story goes like this. There was a Japanese immigrant named Makoto in the 1900s. He worked for a Japanese restaurant called the Tea Garden. Now, at the time that he was working, the fortune cookies actually had thank you notes in them instead of fortunes. There was a mayor that was racist mayor at the time, and he fired Makoto. The public was in an uproar. They lobbied so hard to get Makoto his job back that when he actually did go back to work, he gave the fortune cookies out with the thank you notes. And that was his way of thanking the public. I also read in infoplease.com an article on the website that the fortune cookies back then were actually made by hand with chopsticks. Yeah, chopsticks. And they made them with flour, sugar, vanilla, and sesame seed oil. Now that, as you can imagine, probably took a long time. But in 1965, a man by the name of Edward from the San Francisco Fortune Cookie Company automated the process with a machine that actually folded the dough and inserted the fortune. Now, the fortune is the piece of paper that's inside of the fortune cookie. It can contain Chinese words with the translations on them, lucky numbers, words of wisdom, and even vague predictions about your future. So that's the reason why a lot of people love to get to the fortune cookie, because they want to read all of that interesting stuff. So today, I hope that you've learned a little bit more about fortune cookies. And I do have some to show and share with you all. As a treat, I will pass these out, and you can actually have them. Okay, me personally, I don't really like the taste of them. Again, my favorite part is the actual fortune inside of the cookie. Another interesting point I want to share with you all is that it took 3 cultures to make this cookie relevant. The Japanese is the ones who introduced them. The Chinese made them popular. And Americans are the ones who actually consume them the most. So to me, that's a perfect example of how different cultures come together to make something relevant. And in this case, it was the fortune cookie. Thank you.
How people have to use the person.